What kind of things are you ticking on this first date?
I must pay.
Yeah.
Must pay.
First date at least, yeah.
Fully.
Have to.
And a large popcorn.
A large? You got get money. He got money. Get it all for him.
I don't understand how people get into debates about that, but that's not what we're debating here at Goodman
Yeah,
Factory.
we're not gonna do that.
We're not debating that at Goodman Factory, but that's priority.
Welcome back to another episode of the Goodman Factory podcast. I'm your host, Goodman Aaron. I am here with Goodman Rizzy, Goodman Mike. The outfits were not planned. It's the elephant in the room, yeah? So I just want to throw that out there straight away. We've literally just showed up and we're all pretty much wearing a similar outfit. But I think it's because we're in sync now, yeah?
It wasn't planned.
It wasn't planned. The chemistry's just on point.
Honestly.
This is how it is now. Today's topic is going to be about dating in your 30s. So I feel like this could go anywhere, yeah? I feel like it could go anywhere. But before we get to that, I want to touch on like dating in your younger days first, right? Just so we can kind of compare that. Do you remember like your first date? When I say your first date, the first time you was like, I'm taking a girl out. Talk to me about that from what you remember. What was the levels? What was he talking? Was it a McDonald's thing?
I vaguely remember, it was always cinema. And them times, imagine the cinema's expensive anyway, but them times where with no money, I was taking people to cinema. That's what I was doing, man. So,
Was you buying popcorn?
yeah, 100%. You can't not buy popcorn. I think my mum basically told me, look, you have to buy a popcorn. Or
How old were you?
I can't remember. I was probably like 17, 16,
College
16,
days.
17 maybe. Yeah, so I had to, my mum tried to give me the talk, innit? I'm like, bro, who do you know, bro? But she knew what she was talking about. She's like, make sure you buy the food, make sure, good conversation, good chat. But I had no clue what I was doing. I just thought, as long as you look at the screen and eat popcorn and drink and maybe hold hands, you're doing well. That's all I knew. I didn't know anything else. But I think I vaguely remember it was just like, the pressure, there was a lot of pressure. You put pressure on yourself. Oh, I need to perform, but I didn't know what performing was.
Yeah.
I just thought as long as she doesn't basically hurt herself or die on the date, I'm doing well, kind of thing. But yeah, that's all I remember. That's that cinema and maybe shops to buy stuff after.
Little snacks. What are you saying?
Those are really early days.
My first date was Nando's.
Nando's?
Yeah.
Big time.
Them ones, yeah?
Remember I told you I only started like dating when I was like 18.
Fair. See,
Okay.
So the first time I actually like took a girl out on a date, I'd say like 18, and that was like my first girlfriend.
Fair.
You know what? I always felt like cinema was a safer option. The reason being, I don't think I was confident enough to just have an eating date.
Yeah.
Because if it's just food,
You're face to face.
it's face to face, there's got to be conversation.
Yeah.
And if it's awkward, you're done.
There's no distraction.
You're done.
Yeah.
In cinema, the distraction is the film.
The
innit?
film, you can be quiet, like you can get comfortable. You're almost warming up to the date. Like I can go to eat after, but when I was younger, it had to be like I need to find my comfort first before I can sit across the table from you.
That's why I don't regard cinema as like a date now. I wouldn't suggest cinema to a girl now as like
For a first
having
date?
Not at my age, I don't think so, no.
It's not now.
All right, but is that because you feel like, because I'm sure there's women out there, ladies, let me know if I'm wrong, that will say, no, I'd love to go to cinema.
Yeah, but it's not a great way for me to get to know someone.
Yeah.
All right, so we're
Like,
understanding
obviously
the
after
importance.
the film, you know, before the film, you can talk and all that stuff, but
So to me, we've already established something. Dating with intention.
yeah.
Yeah, when you're younger, you're not dating with intention, right?
I did. I was
You
dating
did?
with intention.
Right,
So that
you
first
are
date,
ahead,
Yeah, this guy, you know what? Come, let's leave, innit? Like, the Rizzy show, you know.
Man
like,
said, yeah,
man
no,
just-
I was,
No, I was, you know.
I knew what I was doing.
Like,
I
no,
knew
but
what
you
I was doing.
needed to have money. No, I had money as well, you know.
Yeah.
Like a car. No, man had a car. Like, man
So
had
I was-
everything.
I was 18, I was driving as well at 18.
Oh,
so,
you were fast.
so I was working at a football stadium. So I used my little money then to take the girl of my dreams at the time out. the first time I saw her, I just knew that. I
She
said,
was the one.
no, I remember I was young and dumb in it, but obviously I felt how I felt at the time. But I looked at her and I said, I want that girl to be my girlfriend. I just looked at her and said, I want her to be my girlfriend.
Sniper ting.
I'm not gonna say much.
And then we went Nando's first date. And back then it wasn't like, oh, Nando's.
Yeah.
Back then it was just like, oh yeah, like us going Wagamama's now.
Yeah. Man still don't do that, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Man still don't do the wagamama.
yeah. So yeah, went Nando's and yeah, the relationship formed. That the intention was
That's
to
good
get
though.
to know her, to get into a relationship.
See, I don't think I dated, like mine was cinema as well. I
Mm.
can't remember, but it would have been cinema. I remember even, I think Tyler's mum, so we're talking 10 years ago.
Mm.
I think our first date was cinema. It was to see Notorious, the Biggie movie.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I remember our first. I'll speak about it after, but yeah, go on.
So, but at that point, like, it was, I think when you're younger, you might not know the girl fully. So it's like, it would make more sense doing what you did to get to know someone.
Yeah.
Like, but dating with intention is key. What's the purpose of this date? Is for me to get to know you better. How can I get to know you better? By actually talking to you. So if I'm taking you to an environment where we can't talk, I'm not getting to know you. The intention's removed.
That's the thing.
So, do you remember like a dating experience that you just would rather forget?
Yes.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
100%. I think as I've gotten older and I got to that 30 mark, it's become hell.
Become worse. as in the dates.
It's become hell. As I've gotten older, it's like when I was young, I don't remember any bad dates. It was so easy. But as I've gotten older,
Is that because there's more?
I've had
Is there more pressure then?
Maybe, yeah. Is that what it is?
I don't know what it is.
Are your expectations higher?
Definitely.
Big time.
There,
Yeah.
100%.
but there we go then, innit? So what you're willing to accept and settle for,
Yeah.
like our start, yeah, I had a terrible, I can't remember when this was. This was like, probably like 13, 14 years ago. I was chatting to a girl on Facebook. So, found her on, I don't know how we started talking. We was chatting on Facebook. And I was like, she seems cool. Like, beautiful girl, banter, whatever. So I was like, you know what, let's meet up. So we arranged to go cinema. So we met up, we get there. First time I'm meeting her in person, right? First thing she says to me, oh, you're slimmer than I thought.
That's not even a cuss.
No, I was done. I was so
wow, you're
like, I was,
Listen, he was rattled.
I was rattled. I felt myself tense up, yeah, because I'm like, that's rude. Like the way she dropped it as well, I think I've said it politely, but it made me feel like, no, you're butters, innit? Like you're butters, you catfish me. That's how I felt, like, rare, I've catfished you, innit? Like, this isn't what you wanted. It's then awkward. We're in a queue now. It's awkward. I'm trying to make conversation, but I'm finding that, I don't know if she was nervous or just rude, but I'm like, your responses are rude. This ain't great. We're watching the film. The film's dead. Halfway through,
Oh,
I
gosh.
say, you know what? Bun this film, innit? I said, bun the film. Like, this film's dead, innit? You're not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it. The date ended. Date ended.
I
Left.
think you're brave to
Left.
lock it off there, though.
No, because this is how I look at it, right? It was, I think I spoke to her and I don't think she was enjoying the film. I wasn't enjoying the film. And if you fail a driving test within the first 5 minutes and you know, yeah, you've gone through a red light or something, you know you failed, are you going to drive for the next 55 minutes?
I would.
Why?
You never know. I thought I failed mine.
No, you know you failed. They've put their foot on the brake.
Oh,
So you know, I failed.
There's no point in carrying
There's
on.
no point in carrying on. That date was dead.
And
I'm
the
going to
water.
carry on. What, I'm going to try and that.
Revive it. You could.
It could be revived.
But I didn't want to. With someone like that, if I'm thinking you're rude, disrespectful,
Obnoxious.
not really got no manners, for whatever your reason, I know you're not for me. So if I know you're not for me from early, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I was gonna say I don't think I've ever had a bad date. I've had really good ones and then okay ones.
Okay.
So I can't say there's been like, oh my gosh, I never want to see her again. Like, but when my first, let me be careful what I'm about to say. But Rome's mum. So our date was cinema.
Yeah.
It was funny. We watched Pitch Perfect, I think it was at the time.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, a long time ago. I think there's even a part 2 that came out years later, and that's still old itself. But we watched Pitch Perfect. Dropped her ice cream in the seat. Like, there was all this funny stuff going on. We didn't have conversation like that, but the movie was funny enough for us to like be like cool. So that was a good date. It wasn't like, oh my gosh, wow. But when you're really, how to explain it? When you're really attracted to the person, or when you really like the person, or when you like their personality, it's cool. But as I've got older, cinema was just not the one. I prefer to sit. I'm more confident sitting in front of you and having chat than anything else. I prefer that instead of just using cinema as a guise to not speak.
I know you're enjoying this conversation, but I'm here to remind you that this episode is sponsored by Goodman Beard Oil, plant-based, chemical-free beard oil to soften and moisturize your facial hair. Order now, goodmanfactory.com, and use code GPOD1 and become a good man today.
But you see, back in the day, you said you met someone working at your job, the stadium, right? And where was you meeting the majority of people back in the day? Was it in person?
In person, yeah. Parties, at a party.
Social things, isn't it?
Yeah, parties or at work.
Because a lot of people will say,
college.
a lot of people will say now, as we're older, I can't meet unless I'm going to find someone in the gym or at my job. Where am I going to find someone? Would you say you have the same mindset, or do you feel like, no, there's people I could find. Remove social media.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Remove it for now. For this part of the conversation, remove social media. Do you feel you could meet people in person doing whatever you do?
Definitely.
Yeah, I could. I'm in the people-facing job anyway. So, but
is it likely?
Well, I'll say for me, it's highly likely. I'm constantly meeting people all the time. So, and that's just through like attending private members spots, going to like networking events,
levels,
going to just events really.
Bro, teach us, please.
I don't go clubbing or partying. Really.
The clubs come
not
to
much.
You.
Maybe
the clubs come to you, bro, innit? Like.
In the summer, I'll go out more. So I'll go to like a daytime party or something like that.
Yeah.
Know? So that's a great place to meet people.
Leng people as well, bro. Let's just put that one out there.
So if we're talking now as grown men, right?
Yeah.
Like, I know you're settled down, right? But where do you feel like are good places to meet people? Do you feel like clubs are good environments to meet the wife?
No.
Sorry.
No?
Nah.
Why not?
It's just not for me, man. I don't know.
What, you'd write someone off because it's in a club?
I wouldn't even be in a club looking for like a wife.
A long-term partner.
Not to say that I go out to look for a wife, but it's just like, it's not the ideal. It's just I just don't want it that way.
One thing I was gonna say is that I don't understand sometimes whether it's either way. Like you meet someone in the club and now you expect them not to go to the club because they're with you, but they've been doing it for decades, and now because you met me, all of a sudden I'm just gonna stop it. Some people can. But realistically, if that's what they like to be social, they like to be in the clubs, you want them to stop now because of you. Why are you so special that they should stop? I'm not trying to change my woman. I want her like the way she is in terms of personality and traits. I don't need her to change I met you in a club, you've got all the things that I want, but you're also a clubber. I don't know if I like that. I want you to change that. I don't want you to change anything.
Same with smoking and that, right?
I want you to come the way you are, and then
I remember hearing something before. It was like, imagine the type of partner you want and the things you would want them doing. And then that's where they should be. So, I want my girl to be smart, educated, or have a good job, or maybe go to bars, or she eats this kind of thing. All right, so that's where your girl is you're not gonna find that type of girl in a club, or that type of girl
In
somewhere
the VIP
else.
section in the club.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, but I think a lot of us sometimes don't actually have in mind the type of woman we're after.
Yeah.
Like,
What type of environment is she going to be in?
hmm,
Like, you have to think about those things.
did you know back in the day, did you have, because I didn't, did you have a vision of this is the type of woman I want? Or was it more like, oh, she's cute, you know what, I like her. Like,
It was more, she's cute, I like her.
Surface level, definitely.
Yeah.
It
Yeah?
was just,
Yeah.
as long as she was buff.
Yeah.
so then
That
where
was
did
it.
that change?
When you go
And
through...
what made that change?
Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? I don't know when the trigger was.
Being in relationships, like, the kind of things that would happen, and I would be like, but I knew this from the start because of how things were from the beginning. But I didn't think about it because I'm just attracted to you heavily because you're buff and you're nice to me, and that's it. It's so dumb, innit? It's so dumb. I look back at my 20s, I think, you dated the wrong way, bro. Like, you just got into... No regrets.
But-
Grateful for
yeah.
every experience.
Because
But
it mold you, innit?
you don't think about it too much in the early days. You're just blind and naive. A lot of it is physical appearance. I always attracted good women,
Yeah.
but there's just things you just don't think. You're not thinking long term. I wasn't thinking long term.
Do you feel like we have to have bad experiences in order to identify them as things that we need or don't want?
Yeah.
Like you said, oh, she's cute, I don't mind dating her. And then you go through a bad experience or a failed relationship and you're like, you know what? I didn't like that. Therefore, I'm now looking for it. Because one of the things I did a live the other day, right? And I said, both of you can do this now, yeah? Give me 3 traits a woman must have.
For me, nurturing, a great moral compass. I would say between loving and just all-round nice person, like respectful. I don't really look for that. I don't think that should be the basic anyway. But moral compass and then nurturing and just loving and happy and respectful. Really,
What about you?
that's more than 3 words.
I would say loyalty, loving, and feminine.
Man knows when to look, you know. This guy, you know, he's trying to, you know what?
Give
you
him
know
a
what I
pay
realized,
rise.
Mac?
Give him a pay rise now.
You know what I realized, Mac? He's the Amarian of the group. Man is trying to, he's looking for the solo deal. Man is looking for the solo deal.
He's making it subliminal. He's not making it bait.
He's looking for the solo deal.
Is there a problem with what I said?
No, not at all. In fact, I want to add. I want it to be more than 3 words. I know I said 7, but feminine is one of them. I prefer a feminine woman. I prefer it, hands down.
I think for me, it's loyalty, it's understanding. I need to, like, with what I do anyway, you need to understand. But I need to feel, I don't know if this is a trait, but I need to feel secure. You need to make me feel secure. That, like, I don't know, I just feel comfortable around you. Do you know what I mean? But the reason why I asked you that is, how many of those traits are there because they haven't been there in the past? Do you see what I mean by that? Because I think a lot of the times what we do is they're now important to me because I haven't had them. Yeah? Would you say any of those traits are because they've been missing previously?
No, I wouldn't. It's something I've always been like attracted to. Those 3 things that I listed.
What about you?
Mine is the opposite. I think because they've been missing in a lot of, and not all of the points. And again, not all 8 of those points that I said, but like some of them are missing, and I feel like a lot of those, the key or the core traits need to be there, and some of them were missing. Even if it's 1 of the 3 or 2 of the 3,
And I
it's still missing.
I felt the same. So in my eyes, I then wonder how many of those traits are actually really important to us, or how many of them are actually just based on us not having them before. Do you see what I mean? Like, if we had them before, would they now be key traits for us? They're only key traits because we've been missing them. So therefore, are we actually looking for partners or dating based off of past experiences. Not necessarily what we need, but just based on what we've been missing. It's a deep one.
Yeah, something to think about. I would hope that that's not what I'm doing, but I don't think so.
I think it's different for you. You've been in a better position to be able to, like, I think with us,
I've gone into it blindly most of the time.
yeah, and there's children involved here,
yeah.
so there's been a different element to it, and maybe a different pain felt. Mr. 24-hour heartbreak. Yeah, yeah.
What's a legend, by the way? Teach me.
I think you've adopted or been able
man.
to have this mentality of, you know what, it is what it is. That
Yeah.
I can move through this, and you've been able to have that cut off.
Yeah.
I think where we've struggled is you can't, when you have children involved, you can't cut off. You have
You're
to still have that.
very much invested.
But moving on, what's your views now? It's a modern day, well, not modern day thing, it's been around for a while, on dating apps. Is it something you've done? Is it something you would do? You're settled, yeah? If you wasn't, would you go down that route?
I don't know. I don't think I would use dating apps for me personally. And I think I'm probably the exception, not the rule in terms of that. Because I know a lot of people, I think the majority of people probably
On dating apps.
use it, whether it's religiously or sometimes they definitely use it. Me personally, I still love the old school way of meeting people, which is in the flesh. You get to know them, you see them for who they are,
Yeah.
and then you can get to know them further later on. And you can use social media maybe, because there is a saying that Instagram is like a dating app as well in itself. But you can use social media to probably see, I always say your profile sometimes is like a shop window or like the blurb of this person's life or how they are in real life. So, I personally wouldn't. I prefer to just see people in person, but again, I'm the exception, not the rule, I think.
I think dating apps is a great way to get to know people, but
Do you think?
I think it is. I think it's a great way to get to know people, like in the times that we're in now. I understand some people literally have no way of meeting people. They're constantly working, weekends, they don't feel like going out. So it's like, oh, you know, online presence. Like, let me just go online and talk to people, get to know someone. So it's one way.
Have either of you been on apps?
I've been on a dating app in the past.
You've never?
I got caught on
Hated it. I hated it.
I got caught on one and never
Caught
again.
on one?
Yeah.
So you...
Caught on one.
We're not going to go into detail about that one on live camera, you know what I mean? But I got caught on one and never again. Will I go on one again? Yeah, caught. Yeah, it's mad.
Wait, is it when someone starts to make a TikTok to show the men that are on the dating apps, and then you just got caught in crossfire?
And I
That's
don't
been
know. That
happening.
would have been
There's been
funny.
a trend of showing the men that are on dating apps, like, hey, look,
I found my husband
look
on
at the
the
type of
dating app.
guys.
Wait, why are you on there as well?
or even American girls will then go through the people in the UK and say, look at the guys in the UK. Oh my God, they're so amazing. You're just seeing innocent brothers just getting caught up in crossfire.
Bare man.
I can't do the dating. Like, I've done the dating app for 45 minutes.
Is it?
Yeah, I've done it for 45 minutes. Like, I come out of a relationship and I was out of it for a couple of months. And I was like, I'm not going to meet anyone.
Mr. 45 minutes.
I was like, I'm not, not because it was a good thing. Like, it wasn't like, you know what? Yeah, that was quick. Found a
Boom,
like,
funny
bounce.
wife.
No, I went on it because my boys were on it. And they was like, no, there's bare girls on the dating app. And a guy looking like you, mixed race, beard, whatever, you'll clean up. That's the words. You'll clean up. That's what they said. So I was like, but I don't want to.
Clean up for what, though?
I don't believe in it. They was like, bare girls will be swag. I was like, I don't believe in it. Yeah? I don't believe in it. But I thought, let me try. So I go on there and I just forgot about it. Come back to it 45 minutes later or whatever. And there've been requests that said, like, these people find you interesting.
Or matches and all, yeah.
Yeah. And when I saw the requests, my confidence dropped.
What, the things that were...
When I saw the request, I was like, I thought I was here. This tells me I'm here. Yeah? This tells me I'm here. And it looked like everyone's auntie.
Oh,
Yeah?
long.
It looked like everyone's auntie was requesting me. And I was like, this if this is the level I'm on, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm done. I'm done. I deleted the app.
You should have
said
given it
I'm-
at least 24 hours.
No, I said I'm not, because
You know what I
that's my
mean?
level. I realized, no, this is
Nah.
bad for my confidence. I'm already broken. I've come out of a relationship, yeah. I'm
is
trying to
not what you
prove a
need,
point
yeah.
of, you know what, I'm going to do better than you. And this is the level.
And then one auntie pulls up, yeah, it's long.
Nah, I'm done. So I said no to dating apps. That's me personally.
I'm not saying I wouldn't try a dating app though. I think I would have tried it a little bit longer than 45 minutes.
I've tried it. I don't like it. Nothing beats real life. I love
Are
meeting.
you honest when you're on it? Do you give a lot of info about it?
Yeah.
Do you feel like, because I was speaking to a friend of mine, yeah, and she said that she was dating a guy. She met him on an app, and on the app she has her profile, right, and it explains a bit about her. I'm a mum, and I think it said I love to read or whatever. So she said she meets up with him, and I think the first time she goes around his house, there's bare books, like on the side, like, and she's like, "Oh my God, you read as well?" And he's like, "Yeah." She goes, after knowing him for a period of time, he didn't read.
He
didn't-
borrowed all his
he
cousins'
didn't-
books. What never? He's a bad guy.
See, this is why I say nothing beats real life, because for him to find out that she loves books, well, she could have said it on the first date, but you're giving away too much. But I wouldn't give away too much on my profile.
So if we're talking about actual dating now, right? What do you feel are do's and don'ts?
On the first date.
As men, and now as men in your 30s, yeah, what do you feel is a first date, yeah? Or you're speaking to a girl and you're like, you know what, I really like her. What kind of things are you ticking on this first date?
I must pay.
Yeah, first
Must
date.
pay.
That's the first one.
First date at least, yeah.
Fully.
You have to.
It gives them, even if it's a sense of, oh, okay, not that he's got money, but he's a man, he's a gentleman at
I have
least.
to pay. Have to. That's no question. I don't understand how people get into debates about that.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're debating here at
Yeah,
Goodman
yeah.
Factory.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
We're not debating that at Goodman Factory. But that's priority.
Are you?
I feel like it's an interview. I don't like, as much as like, you know, you have to date to get to know someone. I don't like the sitting across the table, getting to know each other. I think it's hella awkward. I feel like people are just acting. I don't think it's genuine. I don't feel like it's genuine.
So then, but this can be one of your do's, right? Or don'ts. Like, it doesn't have to be dinner. First date, like we're talking first date.
I think the best first date is step out with me. Let's go out. Let's go to a public place with public people. I need to see how you operate. I need to see how you move around the guys. I need to see, you know, I think that's the best setting. But that's rare though, you know.
I think the points you said in that, like, let's see how you interact with people,
Yeah.
and let's see how you treat this person. I'm the same, but in a restaurant setting. So I want to see.
Manners.
I've heard it a lot recently, but I was like this before. I want to see your table manners, not necessarily table manners, but how you treat the staff that work in the restaurant. If you're always, can I get that the 17% alcohol so I can get waived, so I don't have to think about this date because I'm trying to interact with you. Why are you buying so much alcohol? Am I that boring? You know what I mean? My first date with my current missus, yeah, was great. Like we went to.
What did you do?
We went to The Alchemist.
Oh, for drinks at the bar.
Yeah, like it was.
That's
I need
that's
to tell
another
you.
great way
I've
to
heard-
get to know someone.
Go on.
Can I please?
Man got
can
excited.
Can I please?
That's a great way to get
Man,
to know
them,
someone.
don't make this mistake. When you're booking a reservation, make sure it's a reservation and not a inquiry. So what I've done is I've booked The Alchemist, thinking I've booked it, and I've booked an inquiry for them to then call me back. They're meant to reply and tell me, "No, we've got tables or we ain't got tables." So I thought it says, "Okay, you've booked for this time." I didn't read where it says, "We'll get back to you to let you know we've got this space."
Oh.
I've told the girl now, yeah, be ready at this time, blah, blah. We've got there, my table's not ready. My table's not there, in fact.
Okay.
The woman asked for my name 4 times. So, your name, please? I said, Michael Daramola. She's looked and said, how do you spell that? What's your first name? Bro, I was sitting there sweating, standing at the entrance sweating. And then the woman was like, did you book an inquiry? Can I see the email, please? You know what it is? The phone's slipping, my hands are wet. I slapped it. She goes, That's an inquiry, not an actual booking.
Wait, are you away from the missus at the time?
She's standing.
Oh yeah, nah, you're
She's
done.
standing it
Now
like
she's
on my
looking
toes.
at you like,
She's like, look at this guy.
are you useful?
Yeah, literally. And she's just looking at me like, look at this guy. Doesn't know what he's doing. But I redeemed it. So I looked at the woman and I said, like, I don't know how I done it, but I told her, find me a flipping table now, please.
This is my one chance.
Literally.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, after that happened, she found us a corner table on the bar. So it wasn't even a table, but because of how desperate I was, she felt sorry for me and then cleared that corner. So we sat there and we had like great conversation. We talked about our past experiences, our current experiences, our any status at the moment, so on and so forth. I told her about my first son. We literally told like everything, and I felt comfortable enough telling her a lot of these things. I've been on dates where you don't want to tell them too much because you don't feel comfortable. It's not because you don't trust the person, but it just doesn't feel right.
How
It
much
just felt
did you
right.
know of her before the date though?
Not that much. So I knew that. Actually, no, not.
So it was
not that
really
much.
a kind of like, all right, we're gonna get to know each other.
Yeah, like let's get to know each other. We knew about each other a little bit, but nothing too deep.
Can I ask a question? Yeah, because I felt this once. Yeah, because I went to a restaurant first date, and I was so engulfed in the conversation. Yeah, that to me no one else was there. Did you feel like that?
100%.
Because when you're saying you was deep in the conversation,
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
to me, it's you on her, her on you. No one else is there.
Yeah,
You
that's-
just switch off from the world.
That's literally how it felt. It was that good. I'll be honest. Like one of the best dates I've been on, like ever. And like I'm a foodie. I like food. We ordered like starters and I think a little meal, but we had a bit of drink. We didn't have to have too much because I don't like to drink alcohol anyway. But she likes alcohol, but she didn't drink that night because she thought, how can I drink alcohol and he's not drinking any? But it was definitely like a just me and her thing.
Yeah.
We didn't feel like anyone was there.
I think that's a great sign, you know. When you're mindful of what's going on around you, I feel like you're not too engulfed in that conversation. But for you, you said obviously you have to pay. The man has to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if I've suggested it. So
Are you choosing
choosing?
the scene, the location?
Yeah. There's not.
So you're taking.
I don't do the whole.
Where do you want to go?
Where do you want to go? No.
I don't think a lot of women like that either, bro. You know that, innit? I don't think
No,
they...
do you know, I get why. I get why a woman would say that, because it's like, if I don't like this type of food, then I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think it's common courtesy to ask, you know, like, do you like this type of food?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like I would make the plans of what I want to do, and
So
come and join me.
So a date with Rizzy, yeah? Rizzy's paying? Gee, I'm not trying to sell you for the female.
It's long, because there's going to be people like, hey, what's Rizzy's number,
what's
bro?
Rizzy doing there? Or there's going to be someone, he never done that with me.
Like, do you know what? One thing I can say, promise, is that like anyone who's been out on a date with me can vouch that
Hey.
I'm not. It's not. I'm not looking at like waiting for her to pay.
Yeah.
So
When I get into a relationship, there'll be maybe times where it's like,
Once in a while.
you're treating me today.
Yeah.
Calm, but like if my intention is to get to know someone, no, it's like I've got this.
Is that everything? Is that like, for example, the Uber, the meal, the drinks, all right, if something's decided afterwards, are you saying from the moment I step out this house, I'm responsible for covering everything that comes with being with this person tonight?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think, again, it shows that you're responsible. You can take care of this person. They can rely on you. You're reliable in every sense of the
I'm
word.
not even doing it for
I
that
think
reason.
so.
I'm just doing it because it's like I want this to happen. So, like, for me to make it happen and to make it convenient, it's like I have to make it convenient.
So how are you watching your budget? What are you thinking? Like, going on a date, one of these dates, are you thinking, I've got 2 bills to spend and it has to stay within that? Or is it kind of like, I'm going out with the idea of whatever happens, happens?
Going out with the idea of whatever happens, happens. Because I'm so excited to meet this beautiful woman. I'm so excited to get to know her that it's like, it's whatever.
Yeah. Big man thing. Like, I feel like it will ruin the date if you restrict it to, okay, I've only got £200 to spend. I'll just be like, look, if you have to use credit card or you have to use overdraft, so be it. But like,
It be like that sometimes.
But then is that a real representation? Because second date, are you doing the same thing?
If I have to budget,
Netflix.
if I have to budget, I'm not suggesting a date. I'm not suggesting we go out and do something. I'm chilling.
I'm playing devil's advocate with all of this, just so you know. I'm not stingy. I'm not tight or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm just bringing it to the table. Yeah, disclaimer. But for example, you go out, right? First date. You've chosen the location. You've chosen the everything, the time. I'll pick you up, whatever. You spend £5. Yeah. There's no budget. There's no limit. Man them said there's no limit. I say £5.
Wait,
Man them said there's no limit.
How did
I
we
say
spend £5?
Yeah,
How did that happen?
I think
How
the
did that
same.
happen?
Bro, there's no way. There is no
How did
way.
we spend £5? How?
So-
Did she?
so-
Is that her ordering loads of drinks?
If we can have a rewind at some point, yeah, where them man said, nah, there's no budget.
No,
you
I need
know?
to know how we
there's no
spent-
budget.
how did we spend
£5. Are you thinking I've got £2 to spend and it has to stay within now? Or is it kind of like I'm going out with the idea of whatever happens, happens?
Going out with the idea of whatever happens, happens. Because I'm so excited to meet this beautiful woman. I'm so excited to get to know her that it's like, it's whatever.
Yeah, big man thing. Like, I feel like it will ruin the date if you restrict it to, okay, I've only got £200 to spend. I'll just be like, look, if you have to use credit card or you have to use overdraft, so be it. On the first date, though, come on, let's be honest.
If I ordered the
they're
biggest,
stuttering.
if I ordered the biggest steak and the biggest lobster, then obviously, if it comes up to like £500, that's my fault.
I've never been to the Shard.
I've never been to the
I've been
shop
there
myself.
So this is
I've been there twice,
never
big
been to
man.
Shard.
You man have never been. I can't even high five with you.
I'm not even a big
twice.
man like that, you know. I'm not ready for the
Nah,
shard yet.
man.
I've
Tell
never
me.
never
been.
been.
Is it expensive?
It can be, but it
Could you
again,
easily splash £5 in the Shard?
Easily.
You could, but how much? The most I've spent in the shard like £250
£250
on the date. Yeah.
See, that's not a first, like, at this stage where I'm at now, for me to take someone to the shard, it's like, we're serious, like,
Yeah.
we're, five bills.
£5 is a lot of money.
It better be your birthday, yo.
Yeah.
It better be your birthday.
Whole vibe.
It better be your birthday. We better be celebrating something. Anniversary, birthday.
Funny.
All right.
Yeah,
£5
I've
bills.
been to the shard twice.
All right. So
decent.
you spent £250, yeah?
Yeah, max. Yeah.
She was your missus, isn't it?
She's my girlfriend at the time, basically.
Oh,
yeah.
that's calm.
So this is
And
what
my current missus, so it's not.
Oh,
necessarily-
Good guy, man.
so you didn't spend that on the first date.
On our first date, no.
But so this is my point. So we're going. So we're not. So they lied. Yeah.
Wait, how?
We're
How?
not going into the first date with the whatever.
But I wouldn't pick the shard for my first date.
No way.
It has to be a decent restaurant with decent food at a decent price. I am not. Who do you think you are?
So we're being strategic
Oh, yeah, definitely.
100%.
based on budget.
Yeah.
Basically,
That's when the budget don't matter, 'cause you're
basically,
never gonna reach
for the
£5.
first date, second date, third date, there's no place I can go that's gonna where the bill. It's possible for the bill to get to £500.
And she bought everything twice on the menu.
It's
which is
impossible. It's just
Because this
unless
is-
she starts ordering champagne and wine.
That's
Like,
when
let's
I'll
just say
ask
she
for
put
the
her
bill.
hand up to order champagne.
So this is when it comes to it, right? It's the fact of on that first date, you don't want to give a lot of people will go on the first date and be a certain type of way. Yeah, £500, £400. They can't maintain that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm
yeah.
like,
Right.
that first date, are you setting the precedence now for,
Nah.
this is what it's like going out with Mike. This is what it's like going out with Rizzy.
No, I want you to think I'm a brokey. Honestly.
And then I'll show my millions
No way.
later.
I'm not here to show out, like show I'm the big man with loads of money. Because that's not the case.
Because this is the next question, yeah? When you're dating, are you, because dating's dating, right? You're not committed to no one. Are you dating multiple women?
While dating.
So like, would you be like, you know what? I'm chatting to a few girls. I'm going to take them on. Because that's why I'm like, if you're going with this girl first date to get to know her, £3 there. This girl first date to get to know her, £3 there. You could be, every first date is costing you P.
I was gonna say I was a serial dater at one point. It was costing me money because I'm spending close to £100 a week on 1.5, 2 dates on average.
I
It
used
was
to
too
do
much.
That. I used to do that in my 20s, my early 20s, mid 20s. But like, having coming out of a relationship in my late 20s, at the age I'm at now, hell no, am I just guys serial dating, spending loads of money on first time dates, getting to know people.
So we're
It's
dating.
done strategically. Like I would go out on a first date like once every couple of months.
So we're dating exclusively. We're dating exclusively.
Yeah, but I
When it gets to exclusivity, yeah. But no,
no.
So we're not dating
we're not
exclusive.
no.
So if you're
First
taking a
date,
girl
no.
on a first date, you're not saying
you're the only one I'm seeing.
You're the
Hell
only
no.
one.
That don't even make sense.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm not
even
gonna
know
lie
you
to you,
yet.
yeah.
Why would you be the only person that I would take out on the first
because
date?
some people will date because I know you. We've been getting to know each other. We've been
Yeah.
speaking. I've been
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
I want to take you out.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I like our vibe. Actually, let's go out. Yeah. You're saying while you're doing that, you could also be doing that with multiple others.
Definitely.
Because I'm saying that's
I'll be a
energy
liar.
for me.
Say that again.
That's energy.
Yeah,
That's like
saying the wrong
that's
names and that.
tiring.
You got to hustle for your missus, yo.
Yeah. Because there'll be man out there that'll say,
You got to
yeah.
hustle for your missus. Trial and error. Sometimes it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Cross it and then on to the next.
So when you're on a date, you're of the understanding that I'm not the only man taking you out.
100%. And if you're telling me that, you're lying to me.
Yeah. Then you're cancelled.
Funny enough, I hear that a lot on the first date.
I'm
the only one.
It's a lie. We know it's a lie. But
I just do this.
So you think women will be getting to know you and potentially going on a date with you whilst getting to know other men at the same time?
I was told this.
I'm looking at the beauty and analysing it, doing the maths in my mind. I'm like,
Realistically.
come on, really?
Yeah.
Really?
I was told
me
this.
the only one.
Like,
You don't even know me.
She didn't tell me that I was the only one.
Yeah.
But I knew it. And then when she finally said, "Oh, I'm exclusively only seeing you, Mike," that was after like what 3, maybe 4 dates.
Okay.
I'm exclusively only seeing you now. But
Yeah.
there was a point where something happened. Like this is her. I'm her man now. I want to exclusively see you, and then obviously date you to become your girl. But before that, there was no conversation. She knew I was seeing. I was seeing other girls, man.
You see with that, yeah. First thing first, because I know we haven't got too long, yeah. Your top 3 dating tips. Don't freeze. You're saying one for you already. The man
then
pays.
pay. Yeah.
You have to pay on the first date, man. That's ridiculous. I don't understand. I don't get it. You have to pay on the first date.
You can choose the same one. That could be.
I was gonna say yeah.
So we're agreeing. Number 1, men have to pay. Yeah. Number 2.
2, you don't always have to kiss on the first date. You don't always have to.
You know what?
You don't always have to kiss on the first date.
You know what? Yeah.
I was lip syncing. This guy, lip syncing on end. If you didn't lip sync within the first date, you're cancelled. But now I get it. I've calmed down. My lips have not been everywhere. But yeah.
For me to try and lips the girl on the first date, that means I'm feeling her. That means I like you. I had a great time. And I know that it's mutual as well. It's not just let me try my luck and see if she is gonna kiss me back.
No, just before we move on, I was gonna say my current missus, she told me, obviously this is after we're now boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah. She said to me, "I thought you didn't like me because you didn't kiss me on the first 2 dates. I've been a gentleman. I wanted to lips your neck from early."
Oh, so you didn't kiss your?
I didn't kiss her. I didn't kiss her on the first 2 dates.
My ex, I didn't.
And why not? Why not?
I don't know. I just thought like it was
strategic.
Yeah, I didn't feel
Gentleman,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to be.
Good man.
I was trying to be a gentleman. You get me?
You don't have to.
No, strategic.
No, I could have lipped her, but I didn't feel like I had to. It wasn't. Oh, I'm trying to seal it here. It was. I'm trying to get to know you. Me lipsing you felt like I was stepping the line.
That's my
too much.
mentality.
I was the same. It was of the mindset that I don't want this night to be about that.
Yes.
Yeah, I want this to be a night where we've gone out, we've had a great time, enjoyed each other's company. I've made sure you've got home.
That's it.
Like we'll be able to meet again.
And leave a little bit for the imagination. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not that I didn't want
Yeah.
to or anything like that. It's just the fact that it doesn't need to like be about that, because that becomes the main event then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we kissed, rather than it was an amazing night. And you know what? There was nothing sexual.
Yeah.
Like, so not having to kiss. Man pays.
Third one.
I was gonna say, sometimes let the person know, not straight away. So I think with me personally, after like 3 or 4 dates, it was like, let them know your non-negotiables or what you're actually intending to do with this person, kind of thing. Because I don't want to say reveal all your cards, but when I let her know my non-negotiables, or like, for example, if we get to a certain point and we do have kids, how many kids do you want? Because I might want 4 kids and she doesn't want any kids at all.
Yeah.
Imagine that, and then you get to a point where we haven't asked those key questions.
Important questions, yeah.
Exactly, and then we get to the point where we're boyfriend and girlfriend, and then we get married, and now we want kids. She's like, you didn't ask me this. I don't want any kids, but I want to be like just out here calm. And then I'm like, I want 7 kids. So I want 7 kids, and you want none. We can't even meet halfway.
Nah. We've only just found this out.
And exactly. So I feel like you need to, after a certain time, let's say, you need to, well, let each other know what your non-negotiables are and see which ones are mutual, in a sense. I wouldn't say first or second. There's no number in it, but I wouldn't do it on the first date. Hey, you know what? I want 7 kids. Do you want 7 kids as well? No, I'm not saying that. But after a while, after a few dates or getting to know the person, I feel like know each other's non-negotiables.
Or do you think there's a better one?
No, I think that's a good one still. Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
What about you?
I'm going to agree. We're going to move on. I'm going to agree. We're going to agree with that, yeah? One more question, yeah? Because I've got female friends and I speak to them, and some of them have been seeing guys for time, yeah? And it's like, it's not official, like we're just seeing.
How long?
Some can be like 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Some are even longer, right? At what point do you feel like we need to have that discussion of this needs to be either this or we're not in it? Like, do you remember saying to your missus, or it being said, we're now boyfriend and girlfriend? At what point did that come? Question to you, how long are you dating for, or how long do you need to be around a female to be able to identify this is the one?
Should I go first? In terms of when, it was a few months when we decided to make it official.
Yeah.
But
who initiated that?
I think it was me. But to be fair, I feel like women always do this thing where they give you hints, like, hey, big man, when you're gonna take me off these streets, like, I'm here, but they don't
waiting in it.
Literally, they give you that kind of sign and that vibe. So I wouldn't necessarily say it was all me, but it was a few months, and then it was just, I wanted it to be romantic. It wasn't. We're just both sitting down watching TV. I said, "Do you want to be my girlfriend?"
So you actually said that.
Yeah, the words.
Do you want to? It wasn't like, oh, we're just boyfriend and girlfriend now. There was the discussion of, do you want to actually be my girl?
Yeah. So again, I haven't asked anyone to be my girlfriend in how many years? You know what I mean? So it was very awkward for me. I thought, do I tell her this way? Do I ask her to be my girlfriend? Do I tell her she is my girlfriend? What if I tell her you're my girlfriend and she goes, no, I don't want to be your girlfriend. Like, so I just asked her, trying to be a gentleman, but realistic. I was basically telling her, hey, you're my girl now.
It's done, innit? Yeah.
You better tell everyone to leave you alone, because you get me. But again, that took a little while. So how long were we going out at that point? Like, I think we were seeing each other for at least anywhere from 3 to 6 months.
Okay. So in terms of you, how long do you think you need to be regularly speaking, dating, whatever, to know?
I think so. It's different when I've met someone that I haven't known before ever. So I need to know someone for like a year and a half to have known you. But but dating,
yeah,
4 to 6 months.
That vetting period is long, bro.
Yeah, I need to know you for a year and a half.
So you wouldn't even. All right.
So if I meet someone new, it's impossible for us to get together in a relationship within 6 months. No way.
I don't know.
That's mad. I don't agree.
Yeah, I don't agree, bro.
No, that's okay. I understand. I'm not saying this.
You're wrong.
I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that. That's.
Give me a reason to leave the group, innit? Like, man's ready, you know. Like,
I'm not saying that that's a way everybody should be, but that's just the way I am.
And it makes
I need
sense.
to know you.
It makes sense.
For like a year and a half.
I've always, and we'll wrap up after this year. In terms of, you said 3 to 6 months of dating, but reflecting back now, how soon did you know? Now, you know what? Like, she's the one.
I think from early. So probably at the 3 3-month mark. The reason why was, again, it comes with experience and experience with previous girlfriends or previous dates, so on and so forth, or even situationships. I shouldn't even say that. But again, when we had certain conversations and when I've looked for certain traits and all the rest of it, what you're looking for, it becomes very streamlined. So I can pick off certain things from certain people that I already don't like. I already don't like that. I'm never gonna pursue it. I'm not gonna waste my time. I'm getting old, as my mum would say. You're getting old. You better
You gotta be more picky, yeah.
So even though I'm picky in a sense, I just know what I'm looking for. And she had all the boxes were ticked, and you can tell sometimes as well if it's genuine or not. So there was a lot of traits, there was a lot of attributes that she had, and I just thought, yeah, nah, what am I wasting time for? And realistically, it was because of whatever was going on in my life with previous girlfriends and people that I was currently seeing that made me delay it as long as I did. Because realistically, I was like, why am I not asking this girl to be my girlfriend if she's perfect for you, mate?
Yeah.
Why are you having this internal battle? And it's more, it was less about her, it was more about me
you had going on.
and what was going on in my life. But again, I knew what I was looking for and she had it, so.
No, I agree. Like, more times within 3 months of seeing each other, you do know. Like, you know. I think most men know within 3 months if she's gonna be your missus or not.
And I'm so glad we're having a conversation where 2 other men agree with my opinion on that. In the sense of, I've been speaking to, on my lives, I'm always saying that men know. I personally think, and I'm not putting pressure on you, yeah. But I think men know within 3 to 6 months if we'd even marry this woman.
Yeah.
As if like, you know what, I can see myself. You're that important and that special that you could probably be the wife. So when a man is, again, not all men, but a majority of men, 8 months, 10 months, oh, I'm not sure, we need more time. I'm like,
something going on, boy.
The maths is not mathing, like 100%. But you know what? I want to thank you, man, again. I'm loving these conversations. I'm just loving this. I hope you're loving it too. And yeah, we will catch you next time on the Goodman Factory podcast.
Thanks for listening.